direct hit. Hurricane Irma slamming into Florida, leaving hundreds of thousands without power. The monster storm battering the Keys with 130-mile-per-hour winds. And life-threatening storm surge up to 15 feet. Over 20 inches of rain expected in some areas.
As new warnings come out about the potentially catastrophic Category 4 hurricane.
This is a storm of absolutely historic, destructive potential.
People flee to safer ground.
But I was really scared about the storm.
Jamming interstates and filling evacuation centers to capacity.
It's a madhouse.
Thousands lining up outside one arena waiting for hours to get in.
We don't have any more space. Come on, folks.
Others hunkering down wherever they can.
She's one of my pets.
Even in car dealerships as they try to ride out this storm.
This is the first time the sheriff ever came down our street.
To order you out?
Yeah, the first time.
Cities in Irma's path deserted and boarded up. The governor warning people to be on guard.
This is clearly a life-threatening situation. The storm surge comes after the strongest winds.
Plus, more than 1,000 Americans rescued from St. Martin now sharing their terrifying stories of surviving the storm. Some abandoned by hotel staff, facing armed robbers. Our David Muir and Amy Robach on the ground in Florida, leading our team coverage with all you need to know.
This is a special edition of Good Morning America. Hurricane Irma, monster storm.
Good Sunday morning, everyone, and all eyes are on Hurricane Irma. The visuals we are seeing, the pictures are just remarkable. Irma churning up the west coast of Florida as a massive Category 4 storm.
It is a monster storm. It is, as we speak, making a direct hit on the vulnerable, low-lying Florida Keys. We're getting fresh images from the Keys in overnight. Overnight, also, Irma gains strength. It is packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rain, and potentially catastrophic storm surge. And on top of all of that, tornadoes.
Yeah, and now comes word of the first weather-related death from this storm. More than 6 million Floridians have been told to evacuate. More than 70,000 people are riding the storm out in shelters, and already hundreds of thousands of people have lost power because of Irma.
There's fear of catastrophic and life-threatening damage. We have team coverage this morning led by World News Tonight anchor David Muir, who's right there on the ground in Naples, which is expected to take a direct hit in hours. We also have GMA's Amy Robach, who is in Miami, which is getting high winds and heavy rain, as you can see right there, right now.
Our entire team is covering every angle across the storm zone, but we're going to start here with Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z with where Irma is right now, and you say it's getting ready to make landfall.
Landfall is imminent in those southern Keys, and so just east of Key West is where that eye has been coming on the eye wall, giving them an extreme wind warning, meaning 115+ mile-per-hour gusts possible. That creates tornado-like damage, and as that eye moves northward, the most important question then is who gets it next and when. And so you see most of the area south of Naples and Marco Island is the Everglades. So the next populous area we'll have to worry about is Marco Island. That's around this afternoon, 2 p.m. or so, up through Naples, then Fort Myers tonight, eventually Sarasota and Tampa overnight into early tomorrow morning. It's still a Category 3 at that point. That is a very strong hurricane, still considered major. And then eventually becomes a 1 as it reaches Tallahassee and makes its way into Alabama and Tennessee, and then really we can stop talking about Wednesday into Thursday.
Let's talk about the west coast of Florida here. There's some big cities here. Tampa in particular,
yes.
Metro area, 6 million. It's been listed as one of the most vulnerable places in this country to storm surge and flooding. Are they prepared for this?
I don't know that you can be prepared for a 5 to 8 foot storm surge, depending especially on how big the waves come along with that. And that's the area 5 to 10 feet that includes Sarasota, Fort Myers beaches, and then south, that's 10 to 15 feet. Think of how high your house is, the ceiling of your home. Filling that with water that is rushing at a really fast pace. That's why storm surge is so powerful, and why still Miami needs to watch out. They've already seen 3-foot surge this morning. The eye's still 100 miles away from them. And so that onshore flow is going to keep on going. Melbourne, for example, only in the 1 to 4, you say, oh, okay, that's not so bad. Add 10 inches of rain. Add that on-flow wave, the waves that could reach 20 feet. And then we're really going to be talking about significant loss of property, if not life.
This is a dire time for the state of Florida. The governor has said, pray for us. Ginger, thank you. We'll get back to you many times during the course of this show. We want to go now, though, to Amy Robach, who, as we said, is in Miami, where they're already feeling the effects, the heavy wind and the rain. Amy.
That's right, Dan, good morning to you. And it's pretty remarkable when you hear Ginger say that Irma's
eye is 100 miles away from us because we are experiencing some incredible wind gusts here, well over 60 miles per hour, and it just keeps getting worse. We've been out here since around 5 o'clock this morning, and every 30 minutes you can just hear and feel the wind picking up. It's howling and it's moving things. We have a bunch of broken tree branches all below us, flying across the streets below us. We have a lot of debris, some construction orange cones all across the road, and even more dangerous, some power lines have been knocked down by these trees, and they're just flying across the very wet road, sparking. So it's very dangerous out there. I want to point out that we are safe. We're on a balcony on the 6th floor, and I have concrete walls on both sides of me blocking so much of this wind because you could not be walking out there or around there. And thank goodness so many people did evacuate this area, but a lot of people hunkering down in shelters and inside their homes, hearing the fierceness of this wind whipping through downtown Miami. And we have a lot of ponding already with all of this rain. We've got Biscayne Bay right to the left of me, and I'm seeing a lot of minor flooding now starting to build. Nearby is my colleague, Gio Benitez. He also was evacuated from the Florida Keys earlier this week. So you've experienced it all, Gio, and I know you're feeling these winds right now.
Oh, we are feeling them, Amy, absolutely. They are just whipping from every direction. We have a bit of news because Miami Beach, the city of Miami Beach, has just announced on Twitter that they will not be sending any first responders out in the street if people need help. It is just too dangerous. They say these winds, these extreme sustained winds, are just too powerful. We know that there was a reading from Tamiami Airport about 20 minutes from here, 30 minutes from here, and that said 72 mile-per-hour wind gusts, but these sustained winds are really intense. And Amy, I know that you are hearing these sort of freight train sounds coming through here, and they just keep going. We're seeing the wind and the rain whip around all of these different skyscrapers here in Miami. We did evacuate from Key West earlier this week because we just knew it was going to be too dangerous down there. So we need to see what's happening down there with that storm surge. If this is what we're feeling here, 100 miles from the eye, it is very intense what's happening there in the Keys. Amy?
All right, Gio, and I know you're being safe as well, as we all are here in Miami, really feeling the brunt of Irma as it makes its way over the Florida Keys. We're going to send it back to you, Dan and Paula, but we will be here throughout the morning updating you.
Amy, before we let you go, I want to pick up on this issue of safety. Our viewers who know and love both you and Gio are going to be curious and concerned. You, we should point out, are in a reasonably protected area, and Gio, we see him holding on to a tether, so precautions have been taken.
Yes, we are being extremely safe. Safety is the most important thing when you cover hurricanes. Dan, I know you've been out here. I've covered many hurricanes before as well, so we are taking every precaution. In fact, it's pretty remarkable. We're able to show you the wind and the rain right here and still be very protected. I have an overhang, I have concrete walls, and I have things to hold on to, obviously, but we are being very safe and just wanting to show everyone that this is a powerful and deadly storm, and no one should be out in it. Dan, back to you.
Powerful and deadly indeed. All right, Gio and Amy, thank you so much for your coverage. We want to go to ABC's David Muir, our anchor of World News Tonight, who's leading our coverage on the ground. He's in Naples, where they're already feeling the effects of Irma. And David, I know folks in Naples, you're bracing for a direct hit later this afternoon.
Bracing for a direct hit that's still about 6-7 hours away, Paula, and we're already seeing some major wind gusts here. I'll show you some of the damage that we're seeing already. If you look over my shoulder, one of these, they've got 100-year-old oak trees. They've got the palm trees here in Naples, and you can see trees have already been sent toppling over. And these are just from the outer bands. They're expecting once the storm gets closer here, and we're going to be on the right side of that storm that Ginger has talked about at length this morning, the most dangerous side of the storm. They're talking about winds sustained at 130 miles an hour. That means hours of 130-mile-per-hour winds, gusting even higher than that. So there could be tornado-like damage. We've seen the warning already from the National Weather Service this morning, the National Hurricane Center in Key West, that given the winds that they're seeing, which are perhaps lower than what we might see here, and they're already saying tornado-like damage could happen. So that's what the expectation is here later today. And it makes you think of that season of Katrina, Wilma, Rita. I remember being at every one of those hurricanes, but there was a moment from Katrina that really stands out for me. In the very beginning, we were in the Superdome, just waiting inside for that hurricane to hit. And I think about the people of Naples who got the word late yesterday when that westward track made that shift, that they too had to evacuate. The governor told me they had to be out of here by noon, and many of them went to the Germain Arena not far from here. And when those winds begin to whip, they're going to be inside that arena, much like we were inside the Superdome. I remember the top of it beginning to peel off back during that storm. And when you're talking about winds surpassing 100 miles per hour, we could see truly significant damage. Not just the winds, I should point out that it's the storm surge that can really take lives, the water. Naples is only 3 feet above sea level, and they're expecting a storm surge here of anywhere between 10 and 15 feet. And you heard the governor warn that can take houses, it can take cars, and it can certainly take lives. And we should also point out that this team that I'm with, we're going to make sure that this team is safe. We're going to do our very best, and during those very difficult moments later this afternoon, we'll likely be huddled deep inside this building. Dan, Paula?
To hear you're going to stay safe, David, of course. And he was talking about this sort of bad joke the universe has played on folks who went from Miami thinking that's where the storm damage was going to be most concentrated. They go to the West Coast to places like Naples and Tampa, and now that's where the storm is headed.
And speaking of where the storm is feeling the worst of it and the winds right now, we went ahead to Zach Zillikakis. Zach is riding out the storm with his family of 5. He's in Key West. And Zach, good morning to you. We want to say thanks for joining Good Morning America. You're in a 3-story concrete building with your family of 5. Ginger says you should be feeling the worst of the winds right now. Can you tell us what the situation is like on the ground?
I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, I believe it. This is absolutely the worst. If you can hear it, this is through concrete building, through shutters and through the door, and that wind's blowing. We have a sink. We can just hear something going on. The wind seems to be sucking through that. It is, I won't lie, it's definitely, frightening. My wife is here. She can add, we're not sure what's out there. We're not sure what we're going to see when we open the door, but from what we hear, there's definitely stuff, blowing.
Yeah, we can hear that eerie whistle in the background. At first, we thought maybe it was cell phone noise, but apparently it is the storm. I know you're there with your family. Do you have children with you, and how is everybody doing?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're all together. We are, all 5 of us in here, and we'd have no power. We've had no power overnight, but we're doing fine. Yeah, we have one child with us, Logan Bullens. He's with us, and he's the one that, has taken some of the videos yesterday, but he's doing fine as well. I mean, it's, we're holding up together, and we're supporting each other.
Yeah, I know you're supporting one another, but that sound, we can't get over it. That whistle, how disconcerting is it to hear that, that wind outside?
It's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying.
That's my wife, Candy.
Candy?
Candy with a K.
Candy, can you tell us about how disconcerting that sound is? And are you regretting that you decided to stay at all and stick it out?
Well, given the information that we had, we originally did decide that we were going to leave, and then as the storm shifted, we decided we would not go to Miami as we originally intended. And then it changed again, and at a point in time, we made up our mind to stay, and we were committed. And I don't know that we would do anything different because we wouldn't have had any different information.
Boy, that howling is harrowing. Can you tell us about the precautions, Candy and Zach, that you've taken to deal with what you're facing right now?
Yeah, I mean, we, of course, we boarded up our house. We're at a friend of ours, Jamie Carmichael, at his house. And so his condo, because he's on the 3rd floor. So our fear was storm surge. So life jackets, generator. We boarded up. We have a radio. We have, a total of 20 cases of water, non-perishable food. Just things. We fill the bathtubs up with water. So, if we need to, flush the toilets, we've done, we prepared for the worst and hoping for the best. But obviously, we prepared for the worst, and we're in the midst of the worst, right? And, I want to go back to something everybody asked. A lot of people ask why, why did you stay, and how was that choice made? And, this was all-encompassing. When we saw this, it was the entire state of Florida, right? So, where do you go at that point? Where do you escape this? And, you just make a decision, and, the great thing about Key West is it's one human family. You know, we have some neighbors, and we all bonded together, and we're riding this out.
And Zach and Candy, you have a child with you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager. He's 19, but yes, he's my son.
He's 19. How is everybody doing right now? Your spirits. I know that just kind of enduring this has to be so frightening right now.
I think that we're all holding up very well considering the situation. We're supporting one another, so no one's really losing control. We are just making the best of it, and we do feel secure and safe here where we are, even though the wind is very loud and sounds like we're not, but we are in a safe place, and I feel like, you know, we were better off here than actually staying in our own home, which I'm glad we made this decision.
Candy and Zach, and as Logan as well, and everybody else with you, we send you nothing but our best wishes. Stay safe, and thank you for joining us this morning. Let's go. Thank you again. Let's get it back to Ginger once again. So, Ginger, just to make this clear, the kind of peril they're in right now, they are basically in a situation where it's about to make landfall.
Yes, moments, minutes, really, from it. And you could hear it in that whistle. That whistle is going to stay with them for the next hour or so as that eye passes just to their east. Anywhere from there, between there and Marathon is who's feeling the very worst of it now. But you've seen the pictures out of Miami, and you've seen the pictures south of Miami, and that's where we're actually going to go next, because 85 miles northeast of the eye, we actually have a reporter, Ian Margol, who is there from WPLG for us in Florida City, which is just south of Homestead. Ian, I know your last tweet said extreme wind, rescuers will no longer be responding for the city of Miami. What are you seeing on the ground there?
Well, Ginger, all night long we've been seeing wind gusts, we've been seeing rain really coming horizontal, and you're absolutely right. We're in Florida City. We are just south of where the turnpike ends, and if you were to go any further south, you'd end up in the Upper Keys. I want to take a walk and let you guys see some of the damage we've been seeing this morning. As we walk over here, you can see we've been talking about this all morning long. This is the sign in front of the hotel that we've been hunkered down in. There used to be white siding all around this sign, and it is just ripped off piece by piece. And you can really see how strong these winds are at this point. There are pieces of this metal and pieces of branches and things like that scattered all around. We're actually starting to see an accumulation of rain as well. There's a parking lot just behind us. There's a restaurant right behind us. There's starting to be an accumulation of rain. And if we pan over to the right here, you can see these trees that we're pointing to right here have bent over. They're basically holding on by their last roots. The wind here is sort of swirling a little bit. It's also been coming, the rain itself has been coming sideways at us. So hard at one point it actually blew over one of our reporters. We had to help her back underneath cover. But this is what we've been dealing with all night long, and we actually lost power right about 3 a.m. We've been dealing with power surges. We've been watching transformers, that green glow that you see when a transformer blows. All night long, all along the horizon, we've been seeing green. And that's because there are hundreds of thousands of people here in Miami-Dade that are without power. 3 in the morning, that happened to us live on TV. We were talking about it, and then the lights flashed and everything went out. We have been without power since, and dealing with this sort of rain consistently for hours and hours. Earlier in the night, right around midnight, 1 a.m., what we were seeing was these kinds of gusts, and then it would give us a break. But at this point, Dan, Paula, Ginger, it has just been consistent, steady, hard rain and wind.
And guys, Ian is describing those bands very well, because the bands some of them have thunderstorms within them that are heftier, more intense than others. Then you'll get a little break, and then the next band moves north towards you. And so that's what he's been describing. I think what I'd like to do is just take you guys to the radar, because it's so important to remember one of the threats being tornadoes. We've already seen confirmed tornadoes overnight around Fort Lauderdale in some of these really populated areas, especially in that northeast side. But Vero Beach to Naples, you're in that tornado watch. Fort Myers too. Can I take you also the winds that he's feeling there, that he's been seeing the siding rip off? This is just the beginning, because this is now the future cast. So this takes you through the day. This is this afternoon. 125 mile per hour gusts projected in Naples, 87 still in Miami. So at that point, 10 hours later from when we've already been seeing these gusts. Up toward Tampa, 70, 52 Orlando, and that orange cone represents 60 plus. That's what takes down power lines, and that reaches all the way to the east side of the state. 99 mile per hour. This is tonight into early tomorrow morning, just north of Tampa. Tallahassee even picking up those types of winds that are going to take down power lines and trees, and then eventually we lose it all as it gets into Georgia and Alabama. But I have to say, the storm surge and then the rain, don't forget about the rain.